Well, good afternoon, everyone. Say hello to our beautiful viewers, Steve.
Hello, beautiful viewers.
Say hello to your beautiful hosts,
You're right,
viewers. You're right. Am I the beautiful host?
Yeah.
And you're the beautiful host too.
Aye.
We are beautiful hosts together with our beautiful viewers.
Aye.
Anyway, we have moved on today. We are in a different place. We are still in the south of England and we have come to the southwest. So we have come to Devon. I don't know if we're going to hang around here. We're kind of moving along and I think we're going to head to Cornwall in the next few videos potentially. But right now we're in Devon and we are in the Dartmoor National Park. We have never been here, have we? I'm pretty sure.
We haven't, have we?
We've driven through it, but I don't think we've ever stopped to explore anything. No. So first stop today is we've come to a place called Castle Drogo and we're going to do a walk here. We're going to go and explore the castle as well in a minute and then we're going to do a bit of a circular walk. It's meant to be one of the more famous and well-known walks in the Dartmoor National Park. Bit concerned because it is a Saturday and it's a school holiday, so I think it's going to be bloody busy. But the weather isn't looking brilliant, so maybe that'll put people off. There's no sunshine. Where's the sunshine, Steve?
I don't know.
You frightened it all off.
But I really need a wee, so we're going to have to go.
Yeah, let's get going. Anyway, first stop, Castle Drogo, and we'll tell you a bit about that when we've had a look around.
Aye.
Now, Steve, we've just started. You can't be sitting on any bloody bench.
Yeah, I can.
Honestly.
I was just waiting for you.
I mean, you can't just sit on a bench while I'm spending hours wasting time trying to film flowers and pointless things like that.
So I stand here for hours.
Why would you do that? Yeah, of course. Well, I mean, I've got to do it.
I'll sit down, thanks.
I've got to put myself through this hell, you know, of trying to film bees and stupid things that won't stay in place when you're trying to get them on camera for a split second of footage.
Well, Robin came to say hello to me, so I got my own experience.
Oh, well, that's very nice. Did you film it?
No, I got chance.
He's rubbish, isn't he? So this behind us is Castle Drogo. I think I'm saying that right, not 100% sure. And if you're kind of wondering why it looks maybe in quite good condition, in fact it looks kind of alright and almost borderline a bit modern, it's actually because it's the last castle, it was the last castle to be built in the UK, or maybe just England, but I think the UK. So it was built just over 100 years ago and it was only finished in 1930. So this is the very last castle that was built in the country. So that's why it looks the way it does, not like our usual kind of crumbling pile of bricks, Steve.
Yeah.
We've actually got a fully standing castle here.
Looks a bit small.
It does, doesn't it? I don't think it's going to be our new home.
No.
It's just not enough. There's not enough space to do what we need to do.
No.
So this castle, Castle Drogo, it was built not by, but it was built for a man named Julius Drew. Now, Julius Drew was a very successful businessman, an entrepreneur, or whatever you want to call it, and he was the founder, or owner at least, I think, of a chain of stores called the Home and Colonial Stores, or is it Colonial and Home Stores?
No idea.
But basically what that was a kind of like almost like a big supermarket of its time. There were so many of them dotted around the country. So yeah, supermarkets, although it wasn't a supermarket, but those kind of chain retail stores go back a lot further than you think. So that was founded in the 1800s and it did last quite a good while. I think it lasted up until the 60s and 70s and then kind of blended with something else. So Julius Drew, he lived here. He actually didn't live here for that long because it took a long time to build this castle. And he kind of, once the First World War hit, it kind of like things, you know, things took a downturn. So things dragged on, it took longer to build, there was an economic downturn, and then unfortunately his son died in the First World War, so he lost all his enthusiasm for building the castle. But it eventually got done and finished, and it passed down into through the family, but not for very long. Eventually it ended up in the hands of the National Trust, like many of these places tend to do, and this is it. So we can all go and have a look.
Aye.
We can all wonder what it's like to live in a modern castle.
All right, then.
Modernish. Should we go and have a look inside, Steve?
Yeah, let's go and have a look.
All right then. So Steve's on the lunch. What we got, Steve?
Well, you've got tuna.
Well, there's more than just tuna.
Mustard and salsa. Jalapenos. And you want peppers as well.
I do, gherkins. I mean, you've seen it all a million times before. We're doing wraps. We're doing Steve's special wraps with the tuna, the mustard, the salsa. I'm going to have some jalapenos in because I cannot get enough of jalapenos at the moment. There's just something about that salty, briny taste and that little kick. Oh, I could just sit and eat them from the jar, and I do.
Yes, you do.
I do.
I don't.
No. Well, thank God. I can just have it then.
There's consequences to eating that kind of stuff.
There is. Right, thank you very much, Steve. That will tide us over before the next stage of our adventure today. Some basic Asda price crisps. They're not very good, but that's fine. Luckily, Steve's wraps more than make up for it. But Castle Drogo, Steve, did you enjoy that?
Yeah, it's alright. I like the paintings.
Yeah.
Looking at the paintings. Yeah, it's alright.
It's all right. No, I loved it. I absolutely loved that place. There was so much to see, and it was one of those ones where there were so many rooms that you could go in and out of. So it was absolutely fantastic seeing the rooms preserved as they once was. I mean, we're not talking millions of years ago here. We're not even talking centuries ago, but it's still nice to see something from many, many decades ago, and how grand it was. And there were just so many fascinating things in each room. And I think my favourite part was in one of the bathrooms there was a shower, a big porcelain structure where the water the water kind of hit from all angles. So you stood in, you turned it on, there seemed to be several handles, I think, as I remember, and the water would come out at different levels and hit your body from all sides. I mean, wouldn't we all want one of those?
I mean, you can get those types of showers, but anything as regal and good looking as that.
No, and to be honest, you don't really see people with showers like that very often, where they come kind of where the water comes out from all sides. So to have that then, it's like, God, total state of the art, total luxury, and even now that feels like something that's quite luxurious. The other thing was the kitchen. Oh my God, like that just made me crave a big kitchen now. So you go in, there's a big kitchen, a big Aga of sorts, and all different things like that, loads of shelves. Then you go into another room and it's another kitchen, and then you go into the big larder, the walk-in larder where they stored things. And there was like an ice cream, what was it, an ice cream cooler? What was it, Steve?
I don't know.
It was some ice cream related thing. And there were different rooms for different things, like all just for the kitchen. Yeah, wow, really, really good. Well worth a visit to Castle Drogo. One good thing about the National Trust places is they give you a lot of insight into the family that lived there and their ancestors and, you know, the people that took over the house and inherited it, etc. There is so much information on the family, so that's really nice to see. But yeah, a good wholesome day out was had by all, I think, don't you, Steve?
Aye.
But we're not quite finished, and we're very late in the day. We're a bit concerned we might get locked in here, so the plan now is to go on a walk, which takes at least a couple of hours, but we need to check that we're not going to get locked in, otherwise we're just not going to be able to do it, or we can move somewhere, I don't know. So let's enjoy our wrap and see what happens next. What was I going to say?
I don't know.
I can't remember now.
You asked me if I was ready for my walk.
Oh yeah, you ready for your walk, Steve?
Yeah.
So it's late in the day now. We were a bit worried that we might get locked in, but we've just asked somebody. They don't lock the gates, so we're absolutely fine because we're National Trust members as well. We can stay. You can't stay overnight, but it means we can stay past the closing time. So all should be well. We're starting this about 3 in the afternoon. And it's going to take 2.5 hours, so that's probably going to be like 3 hours, isn't it, in reality?
Yeah, definitely.
Even though we've already had our lunch. So we are going on a walk down in the River Teign, I think it is. So it goes out towards Teignmouth, I'm guessing, which is on the south coast of Devon. There's a lot of places around here that have got something mouth at the end, like Dartmouth, Exmouth, and it's all to do with the rivers that go out there. So yeah, the River Teign is like a gorge walk. We're going to go round one way. We're going to go to an old, very pretty looking bridge halfway, and then we're going to walk back towards the castle. That's
We better go then.
We better go, we better move, we better bloody move and do something.
Come on then.
Honestly, just talking into the camera.
Waffling.
Stop going on, Steve.
Stop talking crap.
Just stop talking into the camera. How many times have I said? God's sake. Shut up, Judy. Now, I have actually got this walk on my phone, but my signal's a bit ropey. So the very, very helpful man at the National Trust desk, at the visitor centre, he gave me this map. He already knew what walk we were going on because it's quite a well-known walk. And when I said 2.5 hours, he knew instantly. So we've got a map now. So hopefully we won't get lost. And if this is no good, I've got my phone. And he also said this has just been voted one of the top 10 best walks in the entire country. I don't know who it's been voted by. That sounds like something from I don't know, maybe Countryfile or something like that. I don't know where people vote on these things, but that kind of raises the expectations a little bit, doesn't it? So this is the walk, takes in lots of different scenery. The weather's not brilliant, but let's have a good time. Except maybe Steve. He might not have a good time. Nothing new there though, right? So this is the Fingle Bridge. That's all I know really, Steve.
Yeah.
It's an old bridge.
It's fingly.
It's fingly. There's a pub there which looks very nice and cosy. The river's running through it, the Teign. I think that bridge is about 300 or 400 years old. Well, that's all there is to say really. It's about halfway through the walk and it's just quite gorgeous to look at, isn't it?
Aye.
It's all from something like a little fairy tale. You expect a little troll to come popping out from there, don't you?
Trolls behind the camera.
Troll's holding the camera. Oh, you?
Yeah.
What are you calling me a troll?
No, you ain't got the nose for it.
I ain't got the misery for it, Steve.
No.
I haven't got the stinginess.
I have.
You can just imagine a little troll coming out from under the bridge with a little pint of beer in his hand, can't you?
Yeah.
All sounds very nice. Well, we're going to carry on now. We aren't really sure which way we're going, but
No.
we are about the halfway point. So there you go, Fingle Bridge.
Lovely.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. Oh, that's a dramatic sigh, Steve. A dramatic groan.
Oh.
You make it sound like I put you through all this torture. I mean,
How do you make it sound?
I'd never do that. Did you enjoy your walk, Steve?
It was alright. It wasn't my favourite walk.
There was lots of steps and hilly bits. Well, there's a rave review from Steve. We'll put it in the National Trust monthly magazine, shall we?
Was it alright? Yes. Would I do it again? No.
So we have made our way back to the van. This car park was absolutely rammed when we got here. We could barely get a space, and now we're pretty much the only people left, aren't we?
We are.
So we now have to, of course you can't overnight. You can very, very rarely overnight in National Trust car parks, especially ones on their actual sites, like this one with the castle. We've got a few things to do. We need to empty our toilet waste. We need to go to the supermarket. We need to get rid of some rubbish. And we're down in Devon, and I just feel like things are going to be a lot harder, aren't they?
Yeah, we better get cracking.
Yeah, we're not likely going to need a campsite until the end of, well, for at least a week or so. So I don't know. I'm sure there's a way to do it. We'll manage. We're pros at this, Steve.
Well, we've been down here before.
Yeah. Yeah, and we've always managed to find a way. It's just that it's late in the day now. That's the problem. That's where we're going to struggle, I think. But anyway, nice walk. Like, the river bit was absolutely lovely. Like, you got to follow it along. That was really, really good. But there were a few bits to start with that were just kind of, you know, you got some nice views, but then it stayed the same for ages. And of course, towards the end, you just have to come uphill again, which Stephen absolutely loved. But it was pretty, but like, you know, top 10 walks of all time in England? I don't think so. It depends what you like, of course, but I would say it was all right. I think we're just spoiled, to be honest. But it's worth doing. If you're in the area and you like rivers, then you can't go wrong. And that bridge was really nice to look at. Shall we just crack on and find somewhere to like do all our necessary then?
I'm starting looking while you're still talking.
Well, I'll stop talking. I mean, I wouldn't want to carry on and do that, and, you know, wouldn't want to shock people by just keeping the conversation going.
All right then.
I'll press stop.
All right then.
Morning, Stefan.
Morning.
Come on, get off your phone. Places to go, things to see.
All right then. Where we going? Oh, come on, Sparky. Where are we going?
Well, you tell us. You tell our lovely viewers.
Going to Totnes.
We're going to Totnes. Is that how you say it?
I don't know.
Well, it looks like Totnes.
Totnes.
Tottiness.
Totnes.
Bit of tot.
Yes.
So good morning, everyone. So last night we had a dilemma. We had loads of things to do, and then it all kind of fell into place at once, didn't it?
It did.
We found a place to get rid of our toilet waste responsibly, obviously, in a place we could do that. We found a supermarket which we needed.
And
what else was
bins.
it? There were bins. There were bins. We found bins. Oh my God, the holy grail bins. We found that. And then we found a place to sleep for the night, didn't we?
Right.
And actually where that is where we've been for the past couple of nights since we've been here for this entire video. And that's in Exeter. Now, we've been here many times before. It's a fairly cheap car park. It's like £5 for the entire day and then free overnight. Or you can just pay for a couple of hours. So it's really, really handy. It's central to Exeter if you want to explore that. We've already done that before, haven't we? So that's not what we're here for. It just has been a place that we could come back to knowing we could stay and feel fairly comfortable. And it's also been close to the regions we were visiting in this video, and also where we're going today, which is Totnes.
Totnes.
About half hour away, I think.
Yep.
So yeah, nice little car park. Always handy to stay here, isn't it? Safe place.
It's never full. It's nice and safe and quiet. It's all right.
It's all right. It's good. Yeah, it's never full, as Stephen said. Like this is the weekend, and there's hardly any vans here. It's really, really nice. Yeah. So today we are off to the town of Totnes. I've heard a lot about this place. It's quite a small town, and I think it's not quite coastal. It's sort of coastal. It's on one of those little inlet things. I don't know what you call it. Sort of half coastal. So Totnes is very known because for its kind of like artsy scene, its independent shops, its little boutiques, its little kind of like independent cafes and restaurants and bars, and lots of crafty people there, lots of people who make things and stuff like that. So you like your art, so hopefully
I like museums more than I like galleries.
Yeah, you like the older style art, don't you?
Yeah.
But still we're going to go and see some modern art, Steve. Maybe that might be nice. I don't know what's there, to be honest, but that's the kind of vibe we're getting from Totnes, and it seems to be quite a desirable place to live and be. Right, let's go to Totnes.
I'm in.
You're in.
I'm in.
Are you in?
I'm in.
Are you in? So we have got to Totnes. We are confused already, aren't we? No, it's not hard, especially for me, but there is a car park. There's one car park you can park in overnight with a motorhome or a camper van, which is great, you know, that's absolutely excellent. They've got that and they've allowed it. No services, but the wording is really confusing, isn't it? So you park for however many hours you need in the day. It's £12 for the day, and then you have to pay £15 to stay overnight. So what's that? Is that £27 altogether? That's crazy, right? You just may as well go on a campsite. But what it does say on the sign is £15 overnight for motorhomes, and that's if you're taking up 2 spaces. But there's no option for overnight if you're just taking up 1 space, which is what we obviously do. And we're technically not quite a motorhome. So a bit like, what do we do?
Do we stay? We're probably not going to at this rate.
I mean, we don't take up any more space than a normal car, so we're in a normal size parking space. We don't need 2 bays.
No, we don't.
So we've just chanced our arms and we've just paid for the car, 1 car space, and I think that's appropriate because we're not taking up 2 spaces. We shouldn't have to pay double.
No, we shouldn't. I think that's nuts. We're not taking up 2. We're not quite a motorhome. And it does say on the sign if you're taking up 2 spaces, but unfortunately they've worded it in a way that you cannot pay to stay overnight if you're taking up 1 space. It's really strangely worded. So as Stephen said, we have just paid, it's the afternoon now, so it's about 1 o'clock, so we have paid for about £6 just to explore under the car prices for the rest of the day, which takes us up to 6 o'clock. So still a reasonable amount of money, but it gives us time to explore and enjoy the day here. What we do after that, I don't know, but I don't really feel the need to pay 15 quid on top of that to stay overnight, do you?
No, but let's see what happens. You know, we might decide we want to go to the pub.
And then suddenly 15 quid is fine.
Yeah.
Well, technically, it says you can stay overnight there, but the price given is for 2 spaces for 15 quid. We're not taking up 2 spaces, so what happens if we just stay overnight and don't pay that?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
The wording is really bad. God, I hate this. It always makes you uncomfortable, doesn't it?
It feels like there's no middle ground with it.
No. Anyway, we're in Totnes. Should we go and have a look round, Steve?
Yeah.
Aye. It's never a good idea to walk around on an empty stomach, is it?
No.
Passing all the bakeries and cake shops. What you got, Steve?
I've got a lamb and mint pasty.
Lovely. We're kind of in pasty territory now, aren't we? I know they're kind of more Cornish, but you see a lot of them in Devon.
I always think you need to have these with a dinner, with gravy. Because they're mostly just pastry.
Yeah, they can be quite dry otherwise, can't they? A lot of shell and sometimes not as much filling. Is it nice?
I haven't even got to the middle bit yet.
These are about £4 something each, so they're always quite pricey and they're all about the same here, but I think in Cornwall they're even more. I think we're so desensitised to prices now that I looked at that and thought that seemed pretty normal. But obviously it's still quite a lot.
It's alright.
You're really selling the Totnes pastries here, Steve.
Well, I'm not going to lie, am I?
Well, of course not. I mean, what would happen if you did?
I'd be full of shit.
You would.
This is the part where my food goes cold because I have to film Dan eating his.
Well, we just got to, we've got to keep a routine going here.
No.
Our viewers like to know what the food's like, and now we're littering everywhere. Pick up our rubbish. There we go. Right, broccoli, cauliflower cheese, pasty. Oh God, it's pretty hot. That's got like grainy mustard in as well.
Is it? Is it right?
Yeah. No, nice.
Yeah. Well, now we've established yours is alright, can I eat mine?
No, I think you should carry on filming.
No.
You moan too much, you don't deserve it, Steve.
Bye.
You know, when we set the camera up like this, we spend about half the bloody time trying to get the right angle so it's got both of us in it. So for some reason it's really complicated. I don't know why, maybe I'm just making it complicated. So, we had a look round Totnes. I quite enjoyed the little town.
So,
Oh, God.
it's alright. It's like nice to walk around the charity shops.
Well, how ungrateful, eh?
Why should I be grateful? What's there to be grateful?
Well, because we get to travel and see places.
Yeah. Well, I'm grateful for that. I'm not grateful for Totnes.
Totnes is alright. Oh, see, look, you can hear the scorn already.
Wow.
It's barely simmering beneath the surface.
Maybe I should be grateful for what?
I don't know, just to see things. All right, well, I thought Totnes was, the high street was really pretty. Nice buildings there, and you know, it was what it said it was on the tin basically. So lots of independent shops and cafes, quite a few bakeries selling those pasties. I quite enjoyed mine, you didn't so much. There was like kind of spiritually kind of, I'm not going to say like hippie style shops, but that kind of vibe, wasn't it? Kind of you know, like crystals and kind of very colourful clothing, that kind of stuff. So that, if you're into that sort of thing, then this is a very good place for you to visit, and I think you'd really enjoy it. And there was quite a few art shops. Unfortunately it was Sunday, so quite a lot was shut as well.
Yeah.
Aye.
Aye.
So enjoyed visiting. We decided we're not going to actually stay overnight, because that we paid £6 and we paid the car parking charge, and then we decided, well, even if we took the chance, like that's still a lot of money to pay overnight. We couldn't work out the signs, as I was saying, it was like £15 if you took up 2 bays, but there was no price given for one, there was no option, so then you'd have to pay from the next day as well.
Yeah, and it just makes it really expensive, and it's like, then you have to ask, is it worth it? Is this place worth visiting for that money? And no, it's not.
No, definitely not for that money, especially because you're staying in a car park. But if you're in the area, give it a go. It might be the place for you.
Not slagging it off, just not willing to pay out to see it.
No.
Over a day, you know.
Well, we've seen the bulk of it, haven't we?
Yeah.
There is a castle on the hill that looks over everything. So yeah, sorry we didn't get to show you that. And I'm sure you can do some lovely river walks along the River Dart here. So lots of other things to see. Yeah, what else can we say? I think we've had a nice start to this little southwest trip in general. A lot of variety already.
Aye, but we do need to crack on, because we are still wishing to head further west.
Yes.
So I think we're going to end the video there.
Yes, do the honours,
That's the end of the video. So please push your like button if you like the video. Push your subscribe button, very important to push your subscribe button, and push your notification bell if you want to be notified next time another video out. And like I said last week, if you really want to help the channel out, make a comment. I think over 9 words, then that's supposed to help.
Yeah, and if you don't know what to say, just put any old words.
We don't know if it works, but actually if I keep asking and people keep doing it, then we'll find out, won't we?
Yeah, definitely. Good advice, Steve. Hopefully that works out. So yeah, just leave us a comment, say whatever you feel, good or bad. We're strong, we can take it.
Yeah, people quite freely tried to be horrible on the internet, so
yeah, fill your boots, you know, if you want to let out your inner troll.
Get your most vile comment in 9 words or more.
Yeah, that's a challenge.
Less than 12.
We're going to regret that, Steve. We won't want to go out the next day.
Oh, it might be a laugh.
Maybe. That's the only way to look at it. Or just be nice, you know, that'd be nice.
Anyway, we're digressing.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah, we'll see you next time. Next time we are going to be probably in Cornwall, so we'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.